In a stunning display of political chaos, Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall vanished from her usual frontbench seat during Prime Minister's questions, hiding from the cameras as Sir Keir Starmer faced a barrage of criticism over Labour's humiliating U-turn on welfare reforms. The abandoned plan to cut personal independence payments for 800,000 people has left the Labour government reeling, its credibility in tatters, and Kendall's absence during this pivotal moment spoke volumes about the crisis engulfing the administration. What was meant to be a bold fiscal strategy has spiraled into a public relations disaster, exposing deep divisions and raising questions about the government's competence. Kendall, the public face of the controversial welfare cuts, had passionately defended the reforms just 24 hours earlier in the House of Commons. She argued they were essential for fiscal sustainability and encouraging work, aligning with Labour's promise to balance the books. But the policy, driven by Chancellor Rachel Reeves to plug a fiscal deficit, sparked immediate backlash. The plan to strip benefits from vulnerable and disabled people clashed with Labour's campaign pledge to protect society's most vulnerable, igniting a rebellion among party backbenchers. Facing the prospect of a crushing Commons defeat, Starmer made a dramatic decision to scrap the reforms entirely, leaving Kendall's earlier defense looking foolish and exposing a chaotic decision-making process. During PMQs, Kendall's strategic retreat to a spot near the Speaker's chair, out of sight of the cameras broadcasting to millions, was no accident. It was a desperate attempt to distance herself from a policy disaster that had become politically toxic. Meanwhile, Reeves, seated next to Starmer, appeared visibly emotional, with observers noting she seemed close to tears. This unprecedented display from a senior minister handed Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch a golden opportunity. Badenoch seized the moment, mocking Reeves' distress and questioning whether she would survive until the next election. Her cutting remark that Reeves was a human shield for Starmer's incompetence painted a damning picture of a government unraveling under pressure. Badenoch's attack was relentless, framing the U-turn not as compassion, but as proof of Labour's inability to manage the nation's finances. She highlighted the fiscal black hole left by the abandoned cuts, accusing Reeves of creating new problems rather than solving old ones. Starmer's response was defensive, lashing out at Badenoch's unserious opposition rather than offering a robust defense of his chancellor. His attempt to pivot to Labour's achievements, free school meals, breakfast clubs, and infrastructure investments, felt disconnected from the immediate crisis, doing little to quell doubts about his leadership. The U-turn has far-reaching consequences. Without the billions in expected savings, Reeves faces the daunting task of finding alternative revenue, likely through unpopular tax hikes or increased borrowing. This fiscal bind threatens Labour's economic credibility and could alienate voters already strained by the cost of living crisis. Within the party, tensions between Labour's traditional commitment to the vulnerable and the harsh realities of governance are boiling over. The rebellion that forced the U-turn shows MPs are unwilling to back policies that harm their constituents, even if framed as fiscally necessary. For Kendall, the episode is a devastating blow to her political standing. Her absence during PMQs, coupled with her association with a failed policy, has left her credibility in question. Whispers of a cabinet reshuffle are growing, with some backbenchers openly calling for changes to the leadership team. The government's chaotic reversal suggests deeper flaws in its decision-making and communication, raising doubts about its ability to govern effectively. The human drama of this crisis, Kendall's retreat, Reeves' emotional strain, underscores the immense pressure on Labour's leadership. As the party scrambles to rebuild trust, the nation watches closely. Will Starmer stabilize his administration, or is this the beginning of a deeper unraveling? With fiscal challenges looming and public confidence eroding, the answers will shape Britain's political future. What's next for Labour, and can they recover from this self-inflicted wound? The coming weeks promise more twists in this gripping political saga.